Hey guys, welcome back to Hilux Radio. Oh, what a day. Got back from Cali. I was on my way back, north side of town. There you go. Gulf Ocean Tango, Michael and Napa. Or Gulf Oscar Tango. Sorry about that, Bob. Sorry. Wrong about that. I was coming back to Cali. I'm dragging the trailer back empty. And the damn thing starts bouncing around like the whole rear end is coming off the ground. I stop. I'm on the side of the road. Got my lug wrench, checking everything out. I can't actually back the truck in the garage. What a dream come true, right? I'm like 1 inch short of making it. Can't get it in here. Anyway, I get back, I check, I stop on the road, check, lug nuts. That's loose. That's loose. We'll work on that. But I'm beating this thing apart. I'm like, what is with the old Ford, man? We gotta work on this. Did I lose, like, I don't know, I thought I lost a diff bearing, if that makes sense. Front bearing on the diff. The rear end is actually bouncing off the ground. And I stop on the road, I've got all my tools, I check everything out, because I don't want to get broke down. That would be bad. Pulling a trailer, right? There's $400 tow bill. Well, no, I start walking around, check everything out, get back on the road, check all my chains on the trailer, check all my bearings on the trailer, do all this crap. And then when I got home, just so you guys know, give you a little, oh, I know, the video skills are shit. I get it. Anyway, I wander into the trailer, and here's your problem right here. If that makes sense. That's called a carrier bearing. And that right there will actually lift the rear end off the ground. That carrier bearing right there has got 231,000. Wait a minute, hold on. No, I've changed this. No, that's not Motorcraft. I take it back. I'm sorry. I changed this at about 120. But if you can see, that's a very difficult one to actually, my video skills are so shitty. But if you can see what's going on right there, that bearing is shot. That's a carrier bearing. Now, on a short bed, this is kind of a mess. In that, again, and there you can see that's from the lift kit. You have to space this down because I have a 6-inch lift kit on here. You see that? So you have to space this down to keep the drive shaft straight. This is all factory stuff right here. This is Spicer. If you can see that up inside there, Spicer. This is all Spicer. This is, although it's Canadian, the entire drive shaft is Spicer. That's high quality crap. I get it's made in Canada, but I've not messed with this drive shaft. This I did change one time. Now I remember this. I changed it about 130, but I remember, if that makes sense, I remember when it gets this bad, it'll actually start lifting. It acts like your tires are out of balance or you've got a bearing out. And I know there's a little leak right there. It's not, whatever, it's not killing me. But there's a leak right there. It can be this bearing, your pinion bearing, or your carrier bearing. Can cause you heartburn. So, what I'm going to try and do right now, let's 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on that plate right there. We'll pull this out. My deal is, I'm weird like this. I just cut this crap with a grinder. I don't do the press or anything like that. And then I got to go to the parts store because this particular truck has 3 different bearings they could have because of the drive shaft thing. They had an American drive shaft, they had a Mexican drive shaft, and they had a Canadian drive shaft. And this little part right here, if that makes sense, well, I'll cut that off. I'll show you. You actually have to micrometer that thing, and then when I go down to Merle's, I'll tell them that this doesn't make sense, but that the drive shaft diameter right there that actually carries the bearing, there's 3 different sizes on that bearing. One of them's, jack shit, $40. One of them's $70. One of them's $170, depending on what you got. But I don't have a press or anything. I don't have anything. I just do it with pipe. So I'll show you how this is going, guys. I know this is going to be like an 8-part video, but we'll see how this goes. We'll pop this out. Like I said, I'd love to get in the garage where I'm in the shade and in the concrete rather than on asphalt, but we'll work on that. Oh, and by the way, when you pop that driveline out, oh, that didn't work. If you pop the driveline out and you're on a hill, it will start rolling if you don't have the emergency brake on. So ideally, if you're me, you have a pretty kick-ass first aid kit because you're a prepper, right? My toolkit actually has enough first aid to do like gunshot wounds. Well, I tried to stop the thing, and basically I have taken one. It's gonna be well, everything like Grandpa said, if you don't remember it with blood, it doesn't really matter. But yeah, blocks and or the emergency brake are your friend. I tried to stop the thing with the driveline. Didn't work out very well. It almost ran over me. I mean, I'm throwing everything I own out here to stop the thing. But you know what? Every day's a YouTube video, guys. Be right back. I'll pop this thing out just 1 second. All right, guys. So that's the end result of this. Kind of check this out. I was kind of happy with the U-joint, if that makes sense. No noise. But if you pull it out just a little bit, I can start feeling... Sorry about that. There's a little bit of... I don't know if you can hear it, but there's a click right there. So that one has to come out. I'm going to replace both U-joints. If I can... I mean, if somebody can find us, American... Good luck with that. American U-joint. Oh, by the way, the video is brought to you by Band-Aid and Super Glue. And of course, I searched the whole house. I'm tearing this place up because I have this killer piece of kit I was going to show you guys. I got a little Milwaukee here that if little quarter drive Milwaukee, pop that thing out in no time, right before I damn near got ran over. But I have torn the house apart. I cannot find a 10 mil 12 point. I've got 5 socket kits out here, and I don't have a 12 point. Of course, Ford, in their infinite wisdom, that's a 10 point. So, if you can imagine, it's a 12. Sorry about that. That's a 12 mil. Sorry about that. I don't have a 12 mil 10 point, or 12 point. Sorry about that. I don't have one. Everything I own, if you can see that, everything I own is 6 point. And I don't know why, but that's all I have is 6 points. Everything is a 6 point. I don't have a single anything to actually tie onto my little quarter drive to pop that driveline out. I'll check that one out too. I think that one's going to get changed, if that makes sense. And I think we'll pop that back one out because although, if you can see that, I don't know if the camera will work on that. It doesn't look bad, but the problem is you can feel it. Like when it's all the way down, it spins good. That one spins really good to me. Sorry about that. That one I don't have a problem with, but this one right here, right? This one's, if that makes sense, this one has, I don't know if you can pick up that noise, but right there, if you can hear that clicking, that is flat bearings. If that makes sense, can you hear? I don't know if you can hear the clicking, but that's suspect. So if you're gonna make a trip, if you're gonna road trip this shit, although when it's down it seems okay, but if you can hear a bearing click when it's out there, you got a flat bearing in there. There's a problem. These bearings, no problem. 230,000 miles, Motorcraft U-joints actually working. Can I buy another one like this? The chances are no. The next U-joint I buy is probably going to go 60,000 miles. It's going to crash. But I don't like this part where you pull it out and you feel that. I don't know if you can see it. I mean, I can feel. I don't know. I'm just trying to kind of show you how I check things out, if that makes sense. But yeah, we'll pop all these out. We'll take the whole driveline out and just redo the whole thing. What the hell, right? Sorry about the focus there. but I think you can kind of see how it's clicking right there. That's suspect. When it's down, it's fine. It's okay when it's down. But once you pull it out and you feel that clicking, you got a flat bearing. Piece of kit right there. If you're going to do this, bring your magnet out so you got all your parts when you're done. Because, you know, Sean not only can cut his hand off, but lose parts and damn near get run over by his Ford. The whole video is a YouTube channel, guys. We'll be right back. All right, guys. Okay, so here's the gig, my deal. When I pull that one all the way out, I leave that one in just a little bit. You see little pink things on there. This one has not been out. I don't know how I did this I know I did this before. Or these are still marks from last time. It's got red Loctite in there that I put in last time. I don't use that anymore. I use blue Loctite because I don't really, I mean, literally, these things are like 90 foot-pounds for a 12 mil. Not a good idea. A couple 5/8 bolts. This whole thing will drop right out. We'll burn that thing. Well, I say burn. I'm not burning. I'm grinding it up. I don't burn these up. Got to get that bolt out. Get that thing out so we can pop this out. It's not like a long bed. Short beds are different. And there you go. That's what it looks like when it's out. I would say if you have a lift kit, be very careful. That's about probably a pound and a half of break your effing teeth out. Didn't take anything of that in the mouth, thank God, because we've already had that problem before. And although, I don't know if you can see that, it doesn't really look that bad, but damn it, it hurts like hell. I had to spray some oil up here to get something, and now it's in there, and so I'm gonna go, I don't know if you can see that. I'm gonna go dress that out a little bit and put some, what is that called? Peroxide? Something like that? I'm gonna clean that up a little bit because this has not worked out the way I thought it was gonna. Hey, but nobody got hurt, right? Okay, guys. So that's what happens here. I just burn that off with my, there you go, flat grinder. I just burn that off. You're basically seeing right here what I've got, my problem. You see that whole bearing is junk. And even though a lot of people don't think this would lift your tires off the ground, this rotating assembly will make your Ford feel like one of your tires is falling off. So now, if you come after that little nut right there, I don't know if I can do this one-handed. I know I can. Anyway, so 1 of 5. Hold on. That's not going to work. Sorry. And I'm going to say that was definitely what I call red Loctited. That nut, I can't even touch it. I beat that thing to death, and again, it's just battery impact. I didn't give my air impact out. Anyway, it popped off. That's the first, and because I think this is aftermarket, most of the time I have to cut that bearing off, if that makes sense. These are press-ons. They're not coal fit or, you know, nitrogen fit or anything like that. These are hammer fits. But as you can see, and of course, this is aftermarket. This is not Motorcraft. This is not Spicer. You see that? Oh wait! Oh whoa! Wait a minute! Hold on. That may be Motorcraft. You know what? I could be wrong on this. I apologize. That says 03 on it, and that's when this was built. This was built in September of 03. It could just be that worn out because I've never not had to beat one of those off. If that makes sense, we'll beat this cover off right here. That one has to come off. I'll get that off. We'll hack it off or whatever, chisel it off. But there you go, Spicer. So I'm gonna call my parts guy right now. As you can see, the entire assembly is Spicer. And even though it's Canadian or Mexican, no, it's Canadian. This is Spicer. So when I call my parts guy, I'm going to be highly disappointed when he tells me he can get me Mexican or Chinese U-joints, even though these are really incredible. I know this is weird. I haven't changed this one. That's factory. Well, it's factory. You can tell there's no greaser. Ford, when they sell you a U-joint, no greasers. These are factory. And these are in incredible shape. These are not bad at all. These are But if I can buy American U-joints, if I can buy Spicers, I'm going to go ahead and pop all these out, change all the U-joints. This is kind of weird. I could have swore, guys. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. I'm sorry. I thought I'd changed this once before. This may be Motorcraft, because that says 03 right there. Maybe this came with the truck. I've changed a bunch for other people, so I kind of get confused. But I'm going to tell you one thing. That is not proper. I've never seen a center carrier come off like that, which tells you that's why the thing was shaking so bad. If that makes sense, the whole thing's just garbage. I mean, it's trash. The bearing, actually the bearings really, yeah, the bearing's not that bad. It's just the carrier part that went shitty, if that makes sense. Anyway, we'll call my parts guy and see what he can do for me. This is probably going to be 2 days, because I really don't think they're going to be able to get me what I want here. I got a feeling they're going to want to sell me some, and I get, guys, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that getting Spicers right now is better. I'm not saying that's better. It's going to come with a Spicer package, and it's probably going to be fucking Chinese. And I apologize for that, Mom. But first things first. When it says Spicer, put the proper part back in, right? I get it. You can buy an AutoZone. I can buy that center bearing from AutoZone for like $29. I think the Motorcraft one's going to cost me $140. I don't know. What are you worth? I'm telling you what, I'm worth $140. I know it's going to be Chinese. I get it. But maybe I just want the Motorcraft box. I don't know. I just do what I can. Oh, no. Look, that's a Spicer. That's a Spicer. Oh, if you can see that? That's a Spicer. So the entire rotating assembly is Spicer. So maybe I can call my parts guy. Maybe I can do that right there. 2321231 Let me call my guy right now. Well, let's see what happens here. I'll be back.